Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Willoughby. I'm the author of the book He's Making Diamonds, A Teen's Thoughts on Faith Through Chronic Illness, as well as some unpublished books that are in the works. I'm also the host of the Diamonds Conference, which is an online conference for chronically ill Christians. We just finished in January of 2021 our third conference, and I'm so excited about everything that's coming next. But for now, I want to talk about some conferences. I want to talk not about my own conference, but about writing conferences. But I'm here with my spoonies, don't have to do your hair, just put your hat on, because I have a chronic illness too. So I want to talk about writing conferences and when chronic illness or other life events prevent you from being able to attend. When you're a writer, when you want to get published, when you're an author, writing conferences can be a huge tool, a huge benefit in a way that you can network with people, that you can meet editors and people who can help you find what you need, how you get to meet other writers and connect with people who are in the boat with you, who understand, who can mentor you, who can encourage you, who can understand when you're like, my characters are talking to me or they won't talk to me, and your family thinks you're nuts, but other writers don't. So writing conferences are a huge tool, and I've grown up in the writing world hearing that they're amazing, that I need to go to one, and I haven't been able to go to one. I have watched friends go to them, and they've been such huge tools, but I've been stuck in bed. It's hard. So today I want to encourage you that even if you are chronically ill and can't go, or you have health challenges and you can't go to a writing conference, that does not mean that you have to give up on writing. That does not mean that you can't be published. That doesn't mean any of that. There are still ways to network. There are still ways to meet friends, to meet people, to meet editors. There are still ways to get your foot in the door and to get connected and to grow and to learn. So let's get into some of the ideas of ways that I've been able to do this in my own chronically ill life as a writer and an author, and just some other ways that you can connect, that you can learn and grow. So one of the things that I think is just so helpful about writing conferences is the accountability that it provides, is the okay, I want to pitch my first chapters, so I got to get them written. I got to get them edited by this date. Or once you go to a writing conference and you meet people, they're there to help you learn, to help you grow, to do it with you. So really, I think one of the biggest things, there's two things about writing conferences. One, community. Two, and this is coming from a girl who's never been, but one, community. Two, growth and learning. So about community, ways that we can still connect with people is there's plenty of online communities. We live in a time, in a place where there's, or in an age where there's a lot of technology available to us. If you're watching this YouTube video, you have a lot of resources available to you right now. Just look around, type in that search bar, type whatever question it is that you're struggling with, type plot, characters. Or if you're like me, a nonfiction writer, whatever it is, look it up. Pitching advice, how to find an agent, how to connect to an editor. There's so much there that is just at our fingertips. And that can be hard sometimes because it gives us a lot of resources, and they're not all helpful, and they're not all right, and they're not all good. But one of the ways that we can connect with people is through online communities, Facebook groups, or, I'm a fan of Hope Writers. They're an online community that also provides training and helps you figure out the path that you need to go. I also, personally, I'm a student in the Young Writers Workshop, and as well as their author program. And that's a way where I've been able to connect with the writers that I'm closest to right now, where I have friends and I am able to be part of their life, their writing life, and they're able to be part of mine. I have people who message me, yesterday, we have an accountability group within that. And so I really encourage you to check out those things. I'm particularly biased toward the Young Writers Workshop, but I won't go into all of that right now. But there's so many possibilities to connect with people and to form community. And I know that it's difficult. I might do a whole nother video on how to maintain long distance relationships, because that's so important for a writer. But it can be difficult. It takes creativity, but it's possible, and it's also easier than you think, in my experience. Some other things that you can do this, if there's online communities, and then there's also just like, video call, Zoom call, Skype call. If there's you look on social media and you see a writer who's in a similar boat to you, or even a writer that you would love to bounce some questions off of, them. Message them and say, I was wondering about this. And it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be complicated or elaborate. I'll probably do a video about how to find a mentor shortly. But just reach out, have courage. They don't bite. Most of us don't bite. Writers are a crazy group of people, but we're also pretty nice. We're all in this together. And so also, you could reach out and say, would you have time for a 15-minute video call, a 30-minute video call, an hour video call? I've had some writers reach out to me and say, can I ask you some questions? Can we do a video call? And I said, well, sure, I would love that. And so they got to ask questions. We got to connect. I've done that with other writers. I've said, can we talk? And I've talked on the phone while doing dishes and while they folded laundry, and it's just been a way for us to get to connect without taking a ton of time, without traveling, without, having to come up with the finances and the physical ability to attend a writing conference. So, some other ways that you can grow and learn is, again, there's so many resources available to you. There's YouTube, there's Google, there's blogs and articles, there's even social media. You have to learn to go through all of it with discernment, with careful figuring it out. But I would really recommend books. Read all the books that you can, whether that's just for fun, but especially there's a lot of great books out there for writers. And if you're a nonfiction writer and you want a place to start, I'm not a fiction writer, so I won't advise you there. But if you're a nonfiction writer and want a place to start, I really recommend William Zinsser's Writing Well. It's really good, and it changed my writing completely. I'd also recommend, like HubSpot has a great resource of various marketing, free marketing, email list, all kinds of stuff, resources and trainings and certifications that are easy to follow and that are free, and that you can watch from your bed, that you can watch from the doctor's office, whatever it is that you need. So there's so much out there, and I know that it's hard. I know that it's lonely to be stalking realm makers on social media and watching them have all this fun and learn all these things and dress up in costumes and have Nerf wars and not participate. I have done that for the last few years, and someday I want to try and attend that and other conferences like that. But just because you can't go to a writing conference doesn't mean that you're at a disadvantage. There are many other tools and possibilities. So look them up. Let me know if you find any. You know what? I think that with 2020, a lot of these conferences also have online options and online opportunities that they didn't before. So look that up and don't give up. Happy writing. See you guys soon.